Hey everybody, welcome to 500 Open Tabs. I'm Hannah Hillam.
And I'm Kaveh Taharian. Hi.
Hey, how was the first week of the new year for you? I guess it's the
It's
second week.
it's fine.
Relaxing,
Nothing, no problems. Nothing.
clean air, probably.
Clean air.
Yeah.
A little bit cold. No. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I am based in Los Angeles, so we've been in the thick of it.
Yeah. It's an
Yeah,
understatement.
it's been pretty crazy. But I'll say up top, we are thankfully Sarah and I are safe. You know, my family members are safe. Thank God. We are okay. We've experienced more than a few hiccups in terms of power and coordination and
How many
insanity.
days was it? Like 3, 4 days?
I think it was like 3 days.
Yeah.
It got to the point where we just left because we were
Yeah.
like, there's no power. And then all of a sudden there was like a lot of the smoke, I think that was from not the Eden fire, the other one, the Hearst fire,
Oh, right.
was just coming directly towards us and the air quality got
Ugh.
really bad. So we're sitting in the dark, breathing in smoke. We should probably
poison
leave
air.
town for a couple of days. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about to tie in with last week's asbestos episode, that once those fires, when I was looking at those fires, I'm like, Los Angeles is full of historic homes packed to the brim packed to the brim with asbestos. So
Yeah.
I was like, bro, everyone go, get out. Like, you can, I mean, not everyone can, but I
Sure.
immediately thought of asbestos. So
But yeah, we had some friends down in Orange County who were very gracious and kind, and
Oh,
they
good.
took us in for a few days. So we were able to go there and hide out until power came back on, until some of the air cleared out. But of course, in the grander scheme of things, we are more than okay.
Yeah.
So many people have lost so much. You know, a couple of people that we know also just homes gone.
really,
It's just devastating for
Ugh.
them. Yeah, it's terrible. It's been a rough week, man. I'm not gonna lie. I won't
Yeah.
sugarcoat it. Even for those of us who are like, we're like, I can't stress enough. Like, we're okay. Like, we're fine. But it's chaos. It's just chaos.
For those of you who aren't based in California, fires are pretty normal out here, but this was
Mm-hmm.
something completely, like something that nobody has seen before.
Yeah, I think it's now the worst.
Unprecedented, like truly.
Don't quote me on this. I know it's definitely the worst fire in Southern California now.
Yes.
It might be one of the worst natural disasters in California now, if I'm not
Newsom,
mistaken.
that's what Gavin Newsom said, which is
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not normal. Wasn't planning on getting into the climate change aspect of this, but this is not normal.
No, and the crazier part of it too was so we're in the valley. We're like over by like the Studio City area.
Right.
And so at one point we were like, oh, okay, there's the Palisades fire, there's the Eaton fire, there's the Hearst fire, and then the Hollywood Hills caught on fire.
Right.
And then there was an arsonist
Right.
straight up going around in Studio City, like lighting.
Oh.
Like somebody was lighting houses on fire.
It's like, bro.
So I was like, yeah,
Maybe
I was,
don't.
It was a straight up ring of fire, like just all around us, just fires. It was insane.
Oh,
It's insane.
That's nuts.
Yes, and one more update too, just in case anybody else is wondering, which you should be. Alyssa's also
Yeah.
okay. She was on. Actually, I don't know if we should talk about it. Here's Alyssa's home address if you want to go to it. Just kidding. No,
They wouldn't even be able to find it in the maze of apartments.
That's true.
Have you been there?
I have not been there. No,
It is impossible. It's like a maze.
I'm scared. That's
Anyway,
why the fire
so-
didn't affect her, because the fire was like,
got
it just
lost.
gave up immediately. And it's like, I'm not bothering with this shit. But
Let's just say that Alyssa was nearish a fire to be a little nervous. Or we were a little nervous, and
Yeah.
then it was fine,
and
right?
we were texting.
We don't have to
back
say
and forth.
where.
Yeah, but thankfully Alyssa's also okay. So just so you guys
Good.
have an update. So everyone in LA is okay, is associated with this podcast.
Oh,
All of the team, all 2 people that are in Los Angeles are
Mhm.
okay. It's crazy.
that's
Yeah.
nuts. I'm really glad you guys are okay, but it's also like super heartbreaking that so many people have lost everything. It's hard to watch, and but people have been coming out to help each other. And
Yeah,
here's
it's
some
been
ways.
really yeah, it's been cool. And just also like LA has a reputation for everybody being really douchey, which they are, but they're also really great.
Yeah.
And people have been super cool. And one of the heartening things I've been seeing is just like some of these donation centers are just like, dude, we have too much.
Right.
Go give them to other places.
Right.
I had a friend. We had a couple of friends of ours who were going to help out last night. I think they went to Koreatown, and they called
Oh.
ahead and they were like, "Yeah, if you guys need extra hands," they're like, "Yeah, please come." And then they got there and they're like, "There's too many volunteers."
There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
That's not a very good
it's
metaphor to
no, but
make.
it's like it's a good problem to have,
Yeah.
that people are they're really going, ape shit, coming out, trying to like help as much as they can, donate as much as they can. And so something that you and I were talking about before we started recording that we wanted to relay was, particularly on social media, it's like I was asking you, Hannah, because I was like, I'm sure it looks insane, not just in terms of the devastation, but in terms of how much people are posting, like, help here, do this, do this, do this, do this. This is
overwhelming. And as someone who's watching from the outside, I'm like, I can't tell which would be the best place to even go and donate, or like, what do people actually need? Like, there's evacuation shelters, there's pet shelters, there's all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know where to. At first, I was like, it just got overwhelming. You know what I mean? As
definitely.
Someone watching it. And today you were gonna share some.
Yeah, so I thought we were talking about this, but I thought I was also having that problem, being like, I don't know where to put my efforts, aside from just direct contact with people that I know who need help, helping get air filters or stuff air purifiers, something like that, or whatever, or donating here and there. But essentially, I think if you're listening to this and you're interested, I think if you want to share, if you want to, boost certain things, I think this is just my own 2 cents. But I think it's helpful to try and curate a little bit more. So the thing that I've chosen to do is try and boost, people just because we are artists and we're cartoonists and we're film adjacent. So try to think about people in the art community, things that musicians might need or artists might need. All of this has been through Instagram, by the way. So, I've posted about different places where, for example, you can go store all your, art projects or something if you need to.
Right.
Because part of my go bag actually was was a bunch of graphic novels that I've sketched out in books, and I'm like, I haven't published these yet and I haven't digitized them. I need to throw them into a bag and leave.
Valuable. I was thinking like, what would I grab? And I'm like, oh, probably my art and nothing else. Like that's invaluable. That's something it would be a devastating loss. And if you think about it, there are many animators and cartoonists and illustrators who have lost all of it.
Yes,
and
yes.
That makes me want
to know some people that
vomit.
It's sad.
That makes me sick.
And another thing that I've been posting about those on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to limit how much we reshare, just so that we don't add to the problem of just feeling like there's so much stuff and you don't know, like paralysis by analysis kind of stuff. The other thing was I posted these on Blue Sky, and then maybe I'll post them in the show links as well.
Yeah.
But there's an Airtable with a list of people who work in the animation industry specifically, who have either lost homes, who have been displaced, who are in need of financial assistance, whatever. And that one was I felt a desire to really boost that more than anything, because LA has been hit very hard, multiple times over the past few years. Obviously, everyone got hit by COVID, but then we have the strikes, and now this fire is like, it just feels like it's endless,
kicking you while you're down, especially the artists and writers and people like that aren't, the showy side of LA, but
exactly. People who are just like people who just work, who living fine middle class lives, like working as artists, and particularly during COVID, so many people in animation kept the entertainment industry alive, gave a lot of people something to watch or look forward to when everyone's trapped in their homes. And we keep seeing, all these crazy mergers and people getting laid off. And it's like, it's just rough. And I feel like we did dirty by the animators, and I don't feel like it's fair. So that's my sort of thing that I've been happy to try and boost. And there's a list of people in there with PayPal links or anything else. If you can help, even if it's just whatever, $5 here, get a cup of coffee or whatever. It doesn't have to be. If you're able to, don't feel pressure if you're not able to financially. Lord knows everybody who listens to this podcast is probably an artist and broke as shit as well. But
but sorry.
Yeah.
For all of us.
But that's how we are, right? We love each other and we look out for each other. It's sort of like that convention spirit that we have, which is
community.
We've got to have each other's backs. So if you're able to do it, no matter how small it is, I can tell you, I know a few people who've just they just break down emotionally, just in a good way, not in a bad way. Just even to just have a stranger just be here, let me buy you a burrito or something.
Right.
And every little bit helps, and every little bit means a lot to them. So if you're able to, I can't recommend it enough. Yep. And again, there's no wrong place to donate your time or your money. All of it's good. All of it's perfect. This is mostly if you're just I don't know where to begin. These are places that, Hannah and I specifically feel a kinship with, because they're similar to the things that we do, and they exist in the arts. So that's my little spiel in terms of trying to help out and donate. And of course, we're going to keep posting stuff as it comes up that we think is helpful, that we think that people who listen to the show might be interested in, or where they can help out.
Right. And like you said, don't feel bad that you're not like, oh, I need to give food and clothes, and I was pick one, pick a lane. to get started, and don't feel bad. I mean, like you said, there's no wrong way to donate. There's no wrong way.
Yeah. Or even if it's just boosting certain things that you think that, like, causes or you said, there's a lot of animal shelter stuff. Just be like, I love animals. I love pets. This is going to be my thing. I'll say this too, as somebody who's been sifting through all these different stories trying to find, when people post all different kinds of stuff all the time, it's like, it leads to the like, but if I could be like, okay, Hannah keeps posting about animal stuff, I could be like, all right, Hannah's the animal person. I'm not thinking that you're doing this, but I'm just like, it helps organize my brain as somebody who's in LA trying to like be like, what do we do? So anyway, a bunch of unsolicited advice. Say,
no, I'm not. We're not going to stop. We'll edit all of this, whatever. I used to do fostering for the Humane Society.
Nice.
And if you have any room in your house for any animals whatsoever, like they used to tell me, like all you need for cats is like a corner of a closet, especially if they're kittens. So there's thousands of animals that could use fostering or even just volunteering at the Humane Society. We'll link everything.
So all this is to say, it's been a crazy week, and I feel like I'm in high school and I didn't do my homework. And I'm like, hey, sorry, I wasn't. So unfortunately, this week, I was just not able to focus for more than like 5 minutes at a time. I was not able to prep my tab. So we unfortunately don't have a new episode this week. We'll be back next week with the part 2 of my tab and everything else. But in the meantime, this is an AMA that we did for Patreon back in November.
It was August. And
it was August?
It was August. And I will say I rewatched
What is time? Oh, right. This was after CatCon. That's right.
It's particularly unhinged. So I don't know if you even remember any of it, but
I don't remember even like a week ago, dude. I don't even know what's going on.
Your week has just been fires.
Yeah.
There's no before, but this is a particularly unhinged in-person Ask Me Anything we did in your studio in your house last summer after the 2 conventions. We just raw dogged 2 conventions. It was insane. So we're in Unhinged. I hope it brings you some joy. And for the full effect, you got to go watch the video because there's a lot of playing off each other that goes along with what the insane things we're saying.
And I'll say this too. My favorite part about all of this is that I think last Monday, because we recorded a little bit late for last week's episode, and we had not banked any episodes. We were like, and then we literally had this conversation where we were like, I think it's going to be okay if we don't bank any episodes. I think we could just sort of like take it easy and like not go, and then immediately
we triumphed over our anxiety, and I felt good. But just like my anxiety said, you never know.
You never know. Here we go.
Sorry, I yelled.
Should have known.
I was right. We were both right. So funny.
We're gonna let you guys listen to this episode, and we're just gonna bank 1,000 episodes in the meantime, so that we're never behind. I hate being behind.
Me too. I feel insane. The fact that I was like, oh no, what? Literally, a city has to burn down. A city burns down, and we're like, oh.
I kept trying too. I kept just being like, I think maybe tomorrow we could try to record. I think just against my own. I was not well.
No.
I should have just let it go from the beginning, but I was like, no, I'm gonna keep trying to.
We don't have to put this in, but there's like the ADHD thing where the planning exists in your head where it's like tomorrow I will have time because right now I don't, which means tomorrow I will. And so I think the second time you said probably tomorrow, I was like,
you're like, oh, this isn't
I've
happening.
been there, and I don't think we're recording this week. Like understandably. Anyway, enjoy this little dose of chaos from us, and again, check the links in the show notes for places to donate, and please stay safe out there for everybody who lives in LA and the surrounding areas.
Take care of each other.
Yep.
Do your best to do what you can to help out to people in need if you're able to, and if you're not, that's okay. Just boost where you can, or just spread love while you can.
Yep.
Don't be a hater. This is we like to be haters, but this is not hater. It's not hater time.
It's not.
There'll be plenty of time for that later. There'll be time later to be a hater, but now.
That sounds like some drug campaign in the 90s. Yeah. Don't be a hater. Do drugs later. Wait.
Do drugs later. Do your drugs later. Right now, just spread some love. Be nice. Be nice, Hannah.
Fine. I'm trying. I don't want anyone to know that I'm really actually a horrible person.
This is the longest 2-minute intro to an episode of all time.
Sorry, Alyssa. Unprecedented, okay? Anyway, enjoy.
Unprecedented times.
Have a good week. We'll be back next week.
See you guys soon. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Oh, hi. We didn't see you there.
Hello.
We were too busy reading these shitty books.
These books that idiots wrote. Look at that. Who likes cats?
Welcome to the 500 Open Tabs AMA.
Ask me anything.
Well, that's what it stands for.
Are you kidding?
I didn't know.
You don't know what AMA stood for?
I know what it stands for. It's weird. I have to turn my head to look at you.
I was about to get mad.
Can you go back to San Jose so I could just see you in the screen?
He hates me.
I hate me.
We all hate him and me. That's why you listen to this. You love disasters and train wrecks.
We don't know how to do this because the two of us are sitting very close to each other and we just ate at Zanku Chicken, so it's just garlic coming out of the pores.
Do my breath smell?
Mine smells.
Do my breath smell?
You might notice that Hannah is in my studio, which is very exciting. What do you think?
Me?
It's fine.
I thought you were
no, the audience.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gross.
You're coughing on me.
It is awesome, and he's always like, "I'm so neat and tidy," but he's not.
No, it's not Laurel and Hardy. What am I talking about? Oscar and Felix, because the other side of the office is Sarah's.
That's right. No, it's great in here. There's lots of cool knickknacks. There's a
patty wax. Give a dog a bone. I have a cool pin.
Let's see, show me the pin.
It says Art Block.
Oh, cute.
That's a fun thing I have on here.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff on the wall.
I told you, I have you. Wow.
You have Nixon on your wall?
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
That's Hannah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The reason I'm here is because I was at CatCon. That's
it. That's the only...
It's not to see him.
Yeah.
You helped me at CatCon.
I worked CatCon with you. I'm just going to look at you here because it hurts my neck because I'm over 40.
Don't perceive
me. I'm going to react to you here.
All right, that's fine.
If that's okay.
I'm not, because I'm a true friend.
You are a good friend. Yes, we were just at CatCon together for the weekend after we did San Diego Comic-Con, so we're particularly unhinged right now.
Let me just tell you, it has been one of the most long months of my life.
And for so many reasons. Same.
Yeah. Dude,
tired.
Every day is new.
Every day is great, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
We thought that we would throw our Patreon friends a bone by giving them a bunch of questions that they wanted answered. The whole reason we're here. Stop making me turn my head.
You don't have to.
Throw my neck out.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna look at you there too. Look, here's the thing about us being in person. We feed into each other.
More manic. So much worse. AMA. Ask me anything.
Attention, Mom.
Attention.
Attention. Mom,
please look at me.
Please be proud of me. Okay.
Never going to happen. We're podcasters. Anyway, you guys all submitted questions to the Instagram account, a little bit on the Discord. If you haven't signed up for the Discord, you should be able to do that through this Patreon. And so why don't we just go through it and answer some questions?
I'll ask the first one.
Go for it.
It is from Fat Harry Potter.
Fat Harry Potter.
Also known as Paul on the Discord.
Oh.
And if you knew him in real life, he is kind of he's just buff.
A custom sticker.
He is a custom sticker. He's a buff Harry Potter. Fat Harry Potter asks, what type of cake would be in your stomach when they exhumed you from the bog?
Oh, yellow cake.
What? Just like plain yellow cake? Are you 6?
Yellow cake is part of how they make WMDs.
And right off the bat, we have WMD talk here. No.
What about you? No, that's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
Yellow cake, pound cake.
Okay, great.
Basic.
Next question.
Next questions. You read that one from...
What is... Kate, 14 hours? No, 141H? 141 hours.
Yeah.
What is the worst / grossest thing you've ever done at a convention? You first.
Oh, you first. It was I peed my pants because you made me laugh too hard.
Oh, was that? Yeah.
Out in the middle of a dirty New York street. I sat down and peed.
No, were we talking about this on an episode or on like where we were saying we were like which time? Because I made you almost piss yourself in Seattle.
Yeah,
I made you almost piss yourself in New York. In San Diego recently also happened, and then you lied down on the ground and tried to like befriend a maggot that was walking across the sidewalk.
That was pretty gross, dude.
Alyssa screamed. I also was upset.
The maggot was fine.
This is not made up, by the way.
No,
you did start trying to pet the maggot.
I petted the maggot. I did pet it because it deserved love like everybody else. It was just, there's the thing about the maggot. It's not a maggot. It was a worm.
I thought it was a maggot.
Sorry, I'm freaking out. It was a worm. It was a worm. It was not a worm. It was a caterpillar. And it was cute.
It was cute.
That was pretty gross.
I thought it was a maggot. That was pretty weird. Also after CatCon, you lied down in the parking lot. Because you thought you lost your wallet.
Couldn't find my wallet. I sat down in the parking lot. Here's the thing. It hasn't killed me yet, touching dirty ground. And I don't think it will.
Gross. And we went to buy you sneakers because your shoes were just... You were like, what was his name? Miloch, I forget, the autograph guy that I did.
The autograph guy. Pretty much it's me.
Yeah.
I'm the
just
gross
your
one.
shoes. We should show your shoes on this
Absolutely
later.
What's the grossest thing you've done?
I think the grossest thing I've done is the grossest thing that I haven't done, which is when we went to Seattle and I could not go to the bathroom for 5 days.
And you were like, I'm
going to die. I'm going to explode. And it's not happening.
And then you texted me when it did happen. I was like, congrats.
It was a wonderful day.
It was great for him.
It's really important that it happened.
Well, here's the thing about traveling when you're anxious and us.
Yeah.
Nothing comes out.
No, except for this year.
Or everything. Or it's everything. We knew we were going to have a good day.
Yeah.
Why are we saying this?
No, it was
a
good...
TMI?
No, this is what they asked.
Oh.
No, this is when when we started San Diego.
Yeah.
I texted you the day of and I was like, drop to Deuce this morning. Yep. It's going to be a great con. And you were like,
I did too. Yeah.
We were like, USA.
And it was a good and complicated convention. Okay, next question. From Joe.
Oh.
Can we look forward to more collab/guest episodes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Many of them.
Several.
I think we have like 3 at least in the pipeline, like loosely scheduled.
Yeah. One of them's actually scheduled.
Happening this week that we're going to record. I don't know when this is. Oh, shit. This is what happens when Hannah's in charge of scheduling the guests.
I am fully capable.
You are capable. You just forget sometimes. It's okay.
So condescending to be right about me. I hate when people are right about me.
We have a bunch. No, we have a few. Yeah, I think the plan is to try and get a guest on maybe like once a month. It's fun. It like brings a different energy to it.
It does. It calms us down a little bit. It calms us
down, yeah. It's not good for us to go too long without a guest because then we just start to get insane. Yeah, it's too manic.
It's like day 3 of a convention. We need someone to come and sit between us. Mm-hmm. Or we need a teacher to move us to a new desk.
But I guess part of this question is also asking about who.
No.
But I don't want to talk about that because it's a fun surprise.
Yeah.
We're going to have some more. Nixon. It's Nixon. Richard Secundus is going to come on.
Secundist.
Secundalingus Nixon.
Oh, my favorite president.
Secundalingus Nixon is going to be on.
And you know what he's going to be doing.
He's going to... Your
face shook. Amazing.
He's got those like meat flappy like
they're called
cheeks.
Jowls.
Jowls, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do this one. This is from Grace.
Grace, our friend in the Discord.
Oh, actually, yeah. She says, what is your favorite so bad it's good movie?
My favorite?
I have one.
Okay, go ahead. You actually have a movie that you like?
Troll 2.
Oh, yeah, you did talk about
Troll
this.
2 is
Why?
It's so... Here's the thing. You'd think it was like on purpose bad. The guy he was like some random guy who came to Utah and filmed this insane movie about trolls, but they weren't trolls, they were goblins. And so everything's a goblin, but it's called Troll 2, and it's the worst movie you'll ever see, and it's beautiful. At one point, somebody seduces somebody by popping an entire RV full of popcorn.
That's how you'd get me, honestly.
Yeah.
You're just like, help me move this popcorn pouch into the back of this RV.
What is that?
That sounds of the Lambs. She's like, can you help me move this couch into the back of the van? Get your Ted Levine game. Step up your Ted Levine game.
Oh, my Ted
You're
Levine
going to embarrass
game
us.
is up here.
Yeah, apparently. I've had it up to here.
I've had it up to here. Yeah, it's Troll 2. Everybody watch it. I used to have an annual watch party. And there is no Troll 1. So
it starts with Troll 2. Yeah. That's where the lore comes in. It's like Star Wars. It's like a New Hope.
There's only Troll 2.
That's it.
And this guy is insane. Just watch it. What about you?
That's a good question.
He loves all movies.
So many movies.
I love movies.
What do we constitute as bad? Like it's incoherent or it's like not critically acclaimed?
It's just so bad.
Because here's the irony, right? Is that if it's so bad that it's good,
then it's good.
Then it's good. So I guess I could go by the measure of
critically panned.
Critically panned that people would think it's bad, but I actually think it's excellent. The first thing that comes to mind right now is Gremlins 2.
There's a theme.
I love Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2 is not a movie. It's just this, and I say that as a compliment. It's like they took all the special effects and puppeteers and the like crazy like behind the scenes like art people,
yeah,
and they were like, There's no script, but just come up with as many weird. There's a sketch about this that they did on Key and Peele, where it's like, come up with every kind of insane gremlin that you can, and each one of them gets like a 5-minute like Looney Tunes segment.
I want to watch that.
We will. Let's do it. And that's the whole movie, basically. It's absolutely off the wall. And every segment that they have, there's just no, it's just like a bunch of like montages is really all it is. Like, it's not like a movie. I mean, there's like a movie in it, but I love that.
It's a loose definition of a movie.
It's a loose definition of a movie. A movie that I've been talking about a lot recently that I thought was like, again, panned, but excellent. And I mean this sincerely, is Godzilla X Kong. The last Godzilla versus, this just came out in the theaters 6-7 months ago.
Great.
I think I might have explained this to you, but I will say this. It reminded me of, and I say, again, this is a compliment. I'm not saying this is an insult.
Okay.
It reminded me of like, did you ever play with action figures as a kid?
No. Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, when you're playing with action figures, I feel like now kids don't play with action figures as much, which is weird. They're all into like building and like Lego-y stuff.
Yeah, like good big brain things.
Yeah, big. They don't just have like I don't see kids do that as much. I don't know if they do.
My kid does.
Oh, your kid does.
It's always insane.
Good. So that's the whole thing. Yeah.
It's always like my daughter's always like has a complex political like machinations, and she's like, I don't like you because somebody. So it's insane. I watched it. I'm like,
deep.
What's happening?
So this is like, I remember being a kid having like Ninja Turtles action figures and just having them fight, and then coming up with weird stories to have them fight, and then having like weird, insane stuff happen. But the reference point I had, this is a really overly complicated answer, but the reference point I had when I was like, whatever, 6, 7, 8, 9, are like movies that I had seen.
Yeah.
So it's a mishmash of like every random movie I had remembered at that time, and then I would incorporate that into the story as I was like going and like smashing them. So Godzilla X Kong is basically that, but like with a $250 million budget. Dope. And on the surface, it's like a disaster of a movie.
Just like a kid's kid.
But to me, it just feels like they took the experience of being an 8-year-old playing with action figures, and they made it into a huge special effects movie.
That's cool.
And it's super endearing to me in this weird, insane way. And I love it. And Sarah and I were like cheering in the theater. We were like, I won't even explain how it's so stupid and insane it gets, but it's the best. And we also got Godzilla -1 this year, or like last year. So it's like we had the two sides of Godzilla. It was so good. You had the good, critically acclaimed Godzilla, and then you had just the batshit insane one. Excellent. And I was like, and that's why I was really excited to get that Godzilla print.
Oh, that's right.
I think it was Tragic Girls.
Tragic Girls Co.
Because I saw one there and I was like, it's so good. Anyway, it's made me like a Godzilla.
Follow at Tragic Girls Co.
Very talented.
She's so funny. If you want like a picture of a woman with chainsaws for boobs, then that's
those ones are awesome. Yeah. And then the beautiful bitch one with like the swamp lady looking in the mirror. Her stuff's great. Yeah. And she had this excellent Godzilla print. Anyway, it made a convert of me. I always kind of like Godzilla, but after those two movies, I was like, okay, I see the potential of why. I love how stupid it gets. It's so dumb, but I love it. I sincerely loved it. But it's like stupid because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like any critic would have just, anyway, okay. I'm going to stop talking about that because I can go on about this for 5 hours.
You could. I'll just go to sleep.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll lay down.
You need to take a nap. Next question. What do we got?
I wanted to add one more thing about Troll 2. The only reason why Troll 2 really hits it home is because the director was full on 100% serious in everything he did.
That's how comedy works. You have to commit to it. Yeah.
And no, he still to this day is like, it wasn't meant to be funny. Okay, ask me that one. It's directed at me.
Hannah.
Oh, from Grace again.
From Grace. Which American city...
Not in that accent.
Okay. Hannah, which American city would you completely transform into a bog given the choice?
Miami.
Isn't it already kind of a bog?
That's the point. I think we should take Florida back to being a bog and a swamp. All of Florida. You know that half of the state used to be just the Everglades, and then they like filled it in? Take it back.
I believe that.
Take it back.
Is it technically, it is a bog?
No, it's a swamp, but...
I'm saying, is bog like regional? What makes it a bog? What makes a bog?
It's like pH level.
Oh, okay.
And it's literally what it's made of, and like the water content. Like there's fens, there's bogs, there's marshes, there's swamps. Anyway, I'm going to ask you this one.
Okay.
Kaveh, which This is all Grace. Good question.
We can go to somebody else's question in the meantime, just to change it up. Thank you, Grace, for submitting so many questions.
This is from Jazz. Kaveh, can you ask Hannah... Wait. Okay, Kaveh,
prepped.
Can you ask Hannah what are the best and worst kids shows she's had to watch as a parent?
Hannah,
Yeah.
What are the best and worst shows or kids shows you've had to watch as a parent?
You've opened a door, Jazz.
Oh.
Of course, Bluey's the best. Another one is like anything with a plot. And here's the thing: if you're gonna have kids, plot matters. Doesn't matter what the animation is like, as long as there's a plot. Don't show them Paw Patrol. There's a plot to that, but it's fascist. They're all fascist. The town is run by dogs, police dogs, and some dumb mayor who does literally whatever the police dog says. There's one.
Okay.
Oh, you know what else is horrible? Sorry, I spit. I'm spitting.
Ice spitting.
Ice spitting.
That was like iCarly.
Is Coco Melon. Don't do that. That's going to turn you... Oh. I don't even know how to describe it. It's badly animated, like babies with their eyes are just glazed and they're just singing songs.
Yeah.
And they will hypnotize your kids. Plots. Things with plots. I love Adventure Time. I love Bluey's... duh. Sesame Street. Duh.
Okay.
There it is.
Great.
I hate Paw Patrol. If you don't want fascists to be in power, don't let your kids watch Paw Patrol. I mean that.
Okay. I will not let my kids watch Paw
know I would
Patrol.
get that
Oh no,
angry.
I closed it by accident.
Oh,
It's okay. Oh, I'm confident. I ruined everything. Okay. Unexpected. Troy Caleb asks, Troy.Caleb. Unexpected highs and lows of starting a podcast. That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
Would you like to go first?
I mean, you've had a podcast before.
This is the second time I've done it, but why don't you talk about what it was like experiencing it for the first time?
Okay, here's an unexpected low.
Was having your podcast partner.
Was meeting this guy. No, I'll start with the high. An unexpected high was that it came a lot like easier than I thought it would. I was like terrified.
Easier.
The talking part. Let me talk. Let women talk.
Let women talk.
He's over here. Easier. Everything.
I've been doing this for the past 10 days.
All day, dude. I was more confident than I thought I would be.
You were very good from the beginning.
And I was worried. The low has been looking at all my tics and learning about the things I do with my face.
Wow.
Wow. Saying wow, and how my teeth look like they take up my whole mouth. I think about
Aren't they supposed to?
No, different. Like, I'll be sitting there listening to you.
Just looking at your teeth?
No, my teeth, look, they're just like, hey, got big old teeth.
That's your low? Is looking at your own teeth?
No, my low is the crippling self-doubt that comes with every single episode that I do.
Yeah.
But what am I talking about?
We're talking about...
highs and lows of podcasts.
Correct. So the high is the confidence that you had.
I feel like I was scared.
But the low is the non-confidence. You were better at it than you thought you would be.
I was better than I thought I would be, and I also hate myself more than I thought I would. So, I'm kidding!
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to yell, dude.
Yeah, you did.
Are you good?
No, I'm just looking at you here. That's the only reason I'm looking at you.
You good, dude? No,
Okay, lows other than crippling self-doubt.
Lows are like, the research was really hard.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Dude, I thought, I do this anyway. I read about a bunch of stuff anyway.
No, we don't. We don't write scripts.
That's the thing. I read about it, but then I never write it down or repeat it.
Right, because you have to retell.
And suddenly I have to be like, wait, now it has to be actually accurate.
Mm-hmm. Or as accurate as it can be.
As you can get. So it's like now I'm reading like citations from like a book that was written in 1945.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. Now I'm reading, I don't know, it's just wild. Or like I have to consult with linguists. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they're my family members, but stuff like that where I was like, I was not expecting that. I thought it would just be like, oh, I love doing this. Here's my tab. And instead it's like, I don't know, intense research. What about you?
Yeah. I think having gone through it multiple times now, it is a lot more work to start a podcast than you think.
I'm sorry, I just talked about how mine.
What are you talking about?
How much I hate myself.
We're each answering the question. What are you talking about?
I'm bad.
Believe men, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, whatever you say. Okay, go on.
No, I was saying I always knew. Okay, so when I was still, because I announced that musical splaining was going to end, and when we started this one, when I went into this one, I was like, I knew it was going to be a lot of work, and you always think it's going to be a lot of work, and then you're like, oh, it's even more work than I thought it was going to be, and it's super front loaded.
Yeah.
It's super front loaded.
I was not expecting that. I was like, I thought we could just pick up a mic and talk.
We were working for, I famously would not allow that.
Yeah.
You were like, yeah, we just wing it. And I'm like, we need to know what's happening at 30 seconds in. What's at 2 minutes in?
Yeah, he was
what's at 10 minutes in?
Have you ever done anything organized in your life? And I was like, no. I had a crash course in how to produce.
Yeah, and it was intense, but it was fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's weird because now we're on the other side of it. We're like whatever 6-7 months in. It is kind of now it's more like a not routine. I guess we're in a routine.
Yeah.
So it's like that crazy raw energy of like, what are we doing? Like we're coming up with all of it. Like that's kind of gone, and now it's more into like, okay, how do we refine it more and more and more and more?
That's the fun part for me.
That's fun too.
Like
but
getting to figure out how do we do it better.
The nervousness of like we had to record 3 episodes and then like on launch and like getting all like that was hardcore. Also video was really hard to get like all integrated into it. But the highs, honestly, not just to be nice, but like sincerely, it was what a gift to have met Alyssa at LA Comic-Con.
Seriously.
This would not have happened without her. That's a high.
I can't say it's enough. Alyssa's amazing.
Yeah.
Like what? We're so lucky.
And we have this little dorky group chat, and then Joe's on another one that we talked about with Joe. Shout out to Joe as well.
Hey, Joe.
But no, I think with this one, what's interesting is like so many people are like, oh, I want to help do stuff.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
Yeah,
I think
like, why?
it's good. I'm happy. I like it, but that's been a little bit of like, okay, people want to contribute, people are invested, people want to help us make it better, people want to give us advice, whatever. I'm like, okay, you just have to like let that happen.
Yeah. You have to be okay with that.
You have to be okay with it. But yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Same thing as what you were saying in terms of like all the much research and making sure that you have a show like that. Man, I was so nervous that first episode. It was so,
Were you really?
I had no idea where it was going to go.
Recording it or putting it out?
No, recording it. Putting it out, it was like whatever.
You did so good though.
But I just mean that like
never mind.
Writing the script for it, getting it all together, being like, I think again, you talked about this when you're like, cool, I have this tab, and then you start reading it and you're like, oh, this is like 30 seconds of talking.
Yeah.
I need to fill up another 40 minutes
or
of this.
you're like,
oh,
this
shit.
is 2 hours of talking. And now I have to talk about the physics of how to build a dam and stretch it over 2 whole episodes.
It's fun though.
That was when you were like, I don't know if this is sustainable.
I need to like
I can't do this. Can I say another thing?
Yeah.
The other thing that was like, I wouldn't say a low or a high. Actually, it is a high. But the interesting co-host relationship in that it is different than a friendship because we're working together. Mm-hmm. And it is also a friendship, but there's this new, like, it's been interesting for me. You've already done it, but it's been interesting to me to be like, oh yeah, we have to be like deeply involved in each other's lives.
You're like, I have to listen to him complain about his real life?
I don't listen.
That's true. Thank God.
Out.
It works out.
Anyway,
You're like my Jenna Maroney.
Are you my Tracy
Just an
Jordan?
empty vessel of a person that I have to unload on. Remember that? Where she's like, I have to unload everything onto.
No, that's been a fun, like, interesting, like, oh, cool. I guess. Like, I don't know how to.
I guess.
I mean this in a good way. I'm so mad that you're not taking it how I want you to take it.
I'm fixing it in my head.
Thank
as you taught me. Anyway, moving on.
That was all meant to be good.
It was good.
Here, my turn. My turn.
Go ahead. I like that one.
Oh, okay. Anna Verney asks, do you have a comic strip / work that first got you interested in the craft? Love y'all.
Yep.
Yeah. Matt Groening's Life is it Life in Hell or Life is Hell?
Life in Hell, I believe.
Life in Hell. I always talk about how like
look, there it is. That's
oh yeah,
right there. That's a Matt Groening piece.
It was the first comic strip I ever read, and my dad had all the books. I always talk about this, and he had all these books, and I would just be like, joink, reading these as a 6-year-old, which should explain a lot. But that was the first time I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then what about you?
I have it still over there.
You do?
I have my Big Book of Hell.
Yeah, it's the one. Yeah.
My sister got it for me. I think I was like 9.
It was too young.
It was way too young for it.
Yeah, I was.
But she was like, "Oh, The Simpsons," because again, I'm ancient, so it was when The Simpsons were. She was like, "Oh, here's the thing the guy from The Simpsons made," and I remember reading it, and I read that thing cover to cover, over and over and over and over again.
I didn't know that. So did I.
We talked about this.
No, we didn't.
You don't remember anything. It's fine. I don't either. That was a big one, though. Life in Hell, I think, it sounds like for both of us.
It changed my life. And then cartoons did, too. Like, Ren and Stimpy was a big one for me. I was, obsessed with that. Like, the close-up shots of the nasty faces and stuff. That left a deep impact on me. And that
makes sense. That tracks.
I still go, by default, to, like, disgusting, up-close, wrinkly faces.
I think we talked... I mean, aside from the questions about comic strip...
Yeah.
More than, like, comic books...
I think they're talking about cartoons.
Yeah, cartoons. I was also very much I had a period where I've mentioned this before, obsessed with Mad Magazine.
Oh yeah.
I was so into Mad Magazine.
That tracks. Wow, it's like decided our personalities.
It really did. That was another one where I all those guys. I was like, okay, I need to draw like this. I love Mad Magazine. I'm sad that it's not like a thing the way that it used to be now. Yeah. Here's the thing about Mad Magazine that was great. It was like proof that adults were stupid too.
Yeah, because we all knew it.
Yeah,
we all as kids. I'm like, these guys don't.
It was this portal. It was just like, you're not supposed to see this, not because it's like crass,
raunchy or whatever.
Yeah, it was raunchy. It was just like, no, grown-ups are idiots,
stupid, and I was correct.
Yeah.
Never.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
And then of course, I talk about Charlie Brown all the time. Like Peanuts was a huge one, and Calvin and Hobbes, and I read a lot of Garfield, even though I don't like Garfield now. But I think I just liked the style of Jim Davis's drawings.
I liked how it felt just dark and lonely, but it was fascinating to me to be like, oh, this is the saddest cat on earth.
I didn't think about that. It's funny because I didn't care about cats. I still don't really. That's not true. I have a cat. I take care of it. I don't let it die.
He's lying. If it were socially acceptable, he would just kidding.
I'm just like, are there any other comic stripping
I was going to say Garfield was a big one for me. I would just I've told this story of I would take out all the words, I would trace them from the newspaper, take out all the words and put my own in to make it funnier. It was fine.
It doesn't require that much effort to make it funnier.
It doesn't. I didn't get into Calvin and Hobbes till I was an adult.
Really?
Yeah.
Still great.
When Sean was like, "What's wrong with you?" He found out I was a Garfield kid, and he was like, "Oh no."
Listen, it's not either or. It was all of them together.
Yeah.
I loved them all. I did truly love.
Foxtrot was all right.
I didn't read Foxtrot.
I read it because it was the third best comic in the papers after Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes.
I mean, Peanuts. I think I talk about this all the time.
Peanuts.
I always talk about that Peanuts book, the Michaelis one. That's such a good book. If you guys have not read that book, highly, highly recommend it. It's the biography about Charles Schulz.
Oh,
where he goes through all the strips and he was like, this is a reference to this thing that happened in his life. And then he goes,
I hope no one ever does that for me.
That book is what got me to start drawing my own comics again as a kid. I remember reading that biography and being like, oh, I have an angle for this that I had not thought about before. And it was like, okay, I can have it be sort of biographical in a way that's really fun.
That's not annoying.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You gotta walk that line before between biographical and
that's when I got
cringe.
super back into Peanuts as an adult. And you can see on my wall.
Oh,
yeah. Like, 1, 2, 3.
There's a lot of Peanuts.
There's all kinds of Peanut stuff.
I would say that the Peanuts that influenced me a lot were the very, very beginning ones.
Oh, they're great. What were they?
What were they called? The crew?
Not Little Friends. It's whatever, something like that. How I Hate Charlie Brown.
Oh, yeah. That's. I still think to this day that is the best start to any comic strip on earth. Is
Perfect.
When it's just when Charlie Brown is sitting. No, wait, what is it? Charlie Brown walks in and they're like, "Hey, Charlie Brown," and then he leaves and like, "How I Hate Charlie Brown."
Here's
so
the thing.
Good.
We talk about spite. Charles Schulz was a deeply angry man.
I love him.
Deeply bitter.
Sad and bitter.
So mad.
And look,
60 years of rage.
Yeah, and then imagine getting Parkinson's disease and being
still being epic at illustrating.
And still be like, I'm gonna shake my way through this. Like my grandpa got Parkinson's disease, and he was like, he just still draws. He was blown away by Charles Schulz.
If you're up in Sebastopol, up in Northern California, have you been to the museum?
No.
Well, you gotta go. We gotta go next time. Next time I'm up
You're
north.
not coming up.
I'm never going north again. I'm abandoning my home. Anyway, whatever. Charles Schulz.
Okay.
Great.
How about? Hold on.
A lot of Taco Bell.
Questions. This one. How about this one? From John the Mod. Did you read the last one or did I?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
John the Mod asks, is there anything that makes some tabs harder for you to close than others?
Like tabs, what do you think? Tabs in general? Or tabs that we're going to close for a show, like an episode that we did?
In general, for me, it's like if I don't, because I'm kind of a completionist, if I haven't really like figured out, if I haven't gone down the rabbit holes that I wanted to, I feel the loss when I'm like, wait, there was something in that article that I wanted to read about, and now I can't find my way back. But then I can open it. But it's just one of those things where it's like, or it's like on the tip of my tongue. I'm like, oh, there's something, Or it's when I like think I might buy something. Like
I have a lot of those, yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I closed the tab. I know I wanted it. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty much
the
same. I don't really have a more interesting answer than that.
Okay. Good.
Camille Bailey asks, if you could have 3 superpowers, what would they be? Let's see. The power.
Flight.
Flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Breathing
flight's a good
underwater.
one. Oh, that would be a
I've
good
always
one. I
wanted
don't know
to
if
be
I would
able to
want to
do
go
that.
that deep underwater,
I
even
wouldn't
if
go
I
deep.
could.
My head would explode.
Assuming that you could. Like Aquaman.
I don't want to be. I want to be. I still want my head to explode if I go too deep.
I'm like, being invisible, I feel like would be fun.
I don't want to. Here's the thing. I hate overhearing people.
Well, you're not overhearing them. You're spying on them.
If I hear someone talking about me, I am leaving the room.
Why do you think that anyone's talking about you? No one cares.
They don't even think about you.
I'm not going to the room where someone's talking about it. I'm going to the bank where you can just take money and leave.
Oh, evil. You're doing dark.
You're
evil
like,
things.
oh, are people talking about me? And I'm like, I'm trying to steal sneakers, dude. I'm trying to go to the
In that
Adidas
case,
store.
Yeah, I want my invisibility. I want to steal sneakers.
Time travel is a good one. I think that would be fun.
I don't know.
No?
I don't want to time.
You don't want to time travel?
Here's my superpower that I want. I want to be able to pull up anything from history and watch the replay of it.
That's basically time travel.
But I don't want to go anywhere.
No, you can go. Listen, we're going to combine powers. You can go back in time and be invisible. So you could go see it and be there.
Okay, I won't get raped. That's my
you
problem.
won't get murdered, nothing. And they won't be
if
like,
I go back to any time,
right.
Rape.
Yep.
If I go back to yesterday, rape. Same with you. You can't go back to like a European country or anything.
Nope, murdered.
Rape. I'll stop saying. I'll stop saying it.
What was I saying?
I quit the show. Superpowers.
Time travel.
Yeah.
I was saying time travel. I would definitely do the Back to the Future, whatever. Just I don't need to go back for long. I just need to go back to like whatever 1999. Put all a bunch of money into Amazon and Apple and whatever, like all the tech companies that I hate, and at least make money off of it.
Yeah.
And then cash it out, and then I don't know, leave. I don't know where to.
Kill Hitler or anything.
I don't care. I'm not gonna kill Hitler. I don't have time for that. I'm too rich. That's not true. I do care. I would kill Hitler. Fine. Yes, everybody would kill Hitler. It's a boring answer at this point.
That should never be an answer.
Yeah.
That should be an obvious.
Exactly.
After you kill Hitler, what are you going to do?
After you kill Hitler, yeah, okay, whatever. There's plenty more people to kill, by the way.
By the way.
Like Hitler
Stalin?
still lives on. Yeah.
I'd go find hot young Stalin and I'd slit his throat. If you haven't looked up a picture of hot young Stalin.
We will not get into that story right now.
I'm not gonna.
Of you and young Stalin. Anyway, moving. Yes, I would kill Hitler, obviously.
Okay, I get it. Wow.
It's just not an interesting answer anymore.
Then don't say anything.
I'm
just
so
say,
sick of it.
Okay, I won't say anything.
So many more people to kill.
Who would you kill then?
I don't want to. There's a lot.
We're
It's
done.
too much.
We're
I don't care. I don't care about killing people. I can't decide who I would kill. I can think of a lot more people I want to kill now, today, rather than I don't need time travel. Yes.
The people building that house.
Hate that.
Okay, from Camille Bailey again. If you were a dragon, what would you hoard?
I would hoard dragons. I don't know.
More dragons. You would hoard more dragons.
Next question.
I would.
That's it. No, we're leaving that one.
Okay.
So, DJ, it's fine. If you were forced to transform into any cryptid, which one would it be and why?
I mean, I think we know what his is.
If only there was a book about cryptids that I can look through. Available on blacksmithfilms.com.
Yeah.
Now.
It's a pretty good book. It's 8 out of 10 stars.
Mid.
That's good.
Who would you transform into?
Spring-heeled Jack.
Why?
Because I want to jump all over Victorian England.
Okay.
I want to be able to leap around. How fun would that be? It'd be like playing Assassin's Creed. You just hop building to building.
That is pretty cool.
Just killing people.
I like killing people.
We're not... Okay.
FBI guy, please, just ignore that, all right? We're joking.
We're banning anything about killing.
I've mentioned yellow cake and murder. Please don't arrest me.
Killing. And we're culling.
Culling.
Yeah, I'd be Spring-heeled Jack.
I don't know if I would be Mothman, but I do like Mothman.
Who would you
I feel like I'm already a cryptid.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's see.
You're just not going to answer.
I would be...
You're so sick of this?
No. I'm not used to talking this much about myself. I think that's like...
You are.
Not nonstop.
Not nonstop.
I'm usually telling a story. I'm like, I reached my meter of like, no one's ever asked me this many questions. It's weird. I'm yelling. Sorry.
Space place. Space plates.
Space place.
Space plates. Space plates. Space plates. Space plates.
Can you... Lucas Go Art 46, can you give a shout out to my friend Jason and his boyfriend Chris?
Hey, Jason.
No. No, see, we just did it.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Chris. No.
Shout out.
No.
We're not shouting out to you two. We don't even know who you are.
You better not be awful people, because what if they are? That's the thing about shout outs.
That's the thing.
I don't want this to... What if Jason, I don't know, runs over a cat on purpose? And we just
Not
said,
cool.
Hey, Jason.
Jason, not cool. Don't do
good.
it. Stop.
I come out against Jason's actions. And I feel bad for Chris.
What if they break up after listening to this? He's like, you ran over a cat?
And Jason's like,
you never told me,
did?
and the whole world is talking about it.
Yeah,
and they get arrested, and they're in Utah. So then they have a firing squad that takes them out.
It's interesting to hear what facts I drop that you keep in your head, because he forgets most things. But then he'll like, but this little thing you said. I'm like, interesting.
Firing squads are funny.
They're
in
hilarious.
Utah.
Yeah, Utah. You could
you were saying that someone can. First of all, I didn't know you could choose how you die when you get the death penalty.
In Utah, you can.
That's insane to me. Do you think we're gonna lose a lot of Patreon subscribers?
This is what they signed up for.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if they did.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, in person, we're way worse.
It's true. Okay. You should ask me this one.
Kaveh, this is from Grace. Kaveh, what Muppet would play you in the movie adaptation of your life?
Here's the thing. I would think that I'm Kermit based on how our podcast goes, because I am the Kermit of the podcast.
What does that mean?
That means that I'm like the neurotic one who's running around trying to get everybody to work together.
Everybody meaning me, yeah.
We are Muppets.
Yeah.
We're very much Muppets. And I'm like the weirdo, like non-leader ringleader. I'm like the accidental ringleader of it. And then I'm like, and I'm always like overly worried about being polite. And I have manic. Did we talk about this?
Yeah, we did.
Who did we decide you were?
It was like some insane one.
No, you said you were. What did you say? You were animal? Is that what it was?
That's what you said I was. Animal.
Did you say?
I don't know Muppets.
I forgot who you said you were. This is what happens when we do this after a convention. Alyssa's yelling at us right now, being like,
I asked you who I was. And this is the
text?
second time I've asked you who I was.
Or I thought you were Miss Piggy because you get angry and you want to chop people.
I don't.
But then you're also really entertaining and funny and like the star.
Thank you.
But I feel like you were like, just because I'm like the girl.
Yeah,
I was
I
the
did
one.
say that.
And I was like, first of all, that's undermining how great Miss Piggy is. First of all, I will not stand for this Miss Piggy erasure just because she's the girl. Like, she's not one of the funniest ones. I have a Muppets poster right here.
I'm the one with, I think Animal. That's who you said I was. Okay, we're derailing. Okay, who would play you? Who would play you?
Realistically, I'm probably more Gonzo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a Gonzo.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm Gonzo. But I don't know. You could be multiples. Oh, this is a good one.
What?
Licorice Pencil asks, if you could be any type of tree, what tree would you be?
A yew tree.
What's a yew tree? Is that a Utah thing?
No, hell no. Actually, no. It's a YEW. They live forever and they flourish in graveyards.
Such a great answer.
Your turn.
Such a hint answer. Listen, we're from California. There's a lot of good trees here.
Coastal redwood.
There's a lot of good trees. Redwoods. You know, part of what I always think of too is the Monterey cypress.
Yeah.
That's an excellent tree. And it only grows that way in Monterey because of the weird, like, salty wind and like being by the ocean.
Those are wild.
They're wild.
Trees, yeah.
They're beautiful. Also, I love Monterey.
I would be one of the ones that with the skin you can peel off really easily because I love picking my skin.
Shedding the skin, like.
No, I love picking the tree skin off. And I love picking my own skin off.
Of course, there's the classic palm tree, of which there are many.
But they're not native.
Not native to LA.
Neither are you.
I was like, none of us are.
You're native to Bay Area.
Bay Area,
not
yeah.
Even that.
Redwoods are beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
When people talk shit on California, I get really mad.
Me too, because it's like,
I'm like, have you seen the redwoods? Have you seen the Monterey cypress? Have you seen the Joshua trees? Have you seen, like,
have you seen
shut up.
Have you gone to the beaches in San Diego? All the palm trees?
I do have this tab open. What's like the oldest trees or like the biggest, oldest trees that are in California? They're like in somewhere
I know the one in Utah. It's named something and it's like 3,000 years old.
There's ones in the middle of the
Aspen.
desert. I actually have a tab open on it.
I know. You have so many.
I have a lot of tabs.
I've never seen somebody else's tabs, dude.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna remember this.
Still scrolling.
This is gonna be a while before I fall.
Then I'll answer.
Just keep talking about more tabs, more trees while I do this.
I like the yew tree because they also rot from the inside out, and so after a while,
you're just a caricature of yourself. I like this one because it rots.
No, I
from the
meant
inside.
that because then you could go hide in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, maybe that's not a yew tree. There was one in a cemetery in England, and in England called, and then you could get inside of it, and it was huge. Anyway, skin tree or a yew tree, all right?
Okay.
Or a box elder, because I grew up in a house covered with box elder trees.
What are those like?
They attract a bug called box elder bugs, and those things would crawl all over us.
Disgusting.
It made me not scared of bugs.
I'm gonna find this tree somewhere.
It's just not. How about we okay.
I'm gonna ignore you. Well, I'm not gonna. I can't. I have to fixate on this and find the tree.
Okay. How about you open a new tab?
Because I don't remember what the tree is called.
Just put desert tree, California, old.
It might not even be
Oldest
the desert.
tree in California.
Listen, instead of arguing with me, I'm just.
He's right. He's doing what he's right.
Oh, Socotra Island has some crazy ass trees too.
What's Socotra Island?
That was a thing I looked up at one point.
Ooh.
And
now we're
it's in
just
Yemen. It's in Yemen.
Through your tabs.
Now this is just wiki hell. Look at these crazy, beautiful trees.
They look like you know what they look like?
Yeah.
Placentas. Have you ever seen
Look
a placenta?
how crazy they are, though. They
That's
look like
a
science
placenta.
fiction. Okay. I didn't realize they look like Socotra trees.
Yeah,
They're awesome, right?
Yeah, those are beautiful.
I do look up a lot of trees.
Yeah, you got a lot of tree tabs. Sunglasses. Owen Wilson. More sunglasses,
Wow.
dude.
No, it's like I keep thinking I'm gonna buy this, and then I open another one, and then I forget.
Yeah.
No, stop.
I won't look. I feel like I'm.
Oh, here we go.
peeking in on
Bristlecone pine trees.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
These are the ones that are like
Whoa.
some of the craziest, oldest trees.
Oh, those are
They're
cool.
beautiful. Look at these things. They're insane.
Flip the camera. Yeah. Oh, they look like they're old wizards.
These are gangster ass trees. Look at these things.
Or that. Ooh.
Very California.
Very. California's the best. And anyone who says it's not
Sucks.
shouldn't vote. I'm kidding.
Listen, I'm not into political stance I'm going to take. I'm not into hating other states. I don't like that.
Me either.
I think like every state has some cool shit in it, and that's
course.
awesome, and that's fine that you leave your state and you go somewhere else and they don't have the exact same
Yeah.
thing that you have in your state.
That's the
That's
beauty
called
of America.
diversity, and that's great.
That's the beauty of the United States. Every single one is different.
So stop shitting on other states.
Stop.
Unless, no, I'm kidding.
Unless
I don't
it's
have a
South
state.
Dakota. They don't have anything. I'm kidding. I have another question for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, this is from the Discord. It's from Jay Darkwing.
Jay Darkwing.
And Jay asks, have you tried pickled watermelon rind yet?
Oh, I think that they put a
then
recipe in there. I haven't done it yet. No.
What's the best pickled thing you've ever had?
The single best pickled thing I've ever had? I truly don't know. I'll eat pickled anything.
If you could eat something pickled right now, what would it be?
I would say pickled onions, but I've had so many.
He's always eating his onions. This dude loves onions.
So good.
Loves them.
Love
You
onions.
know how my great grandpa used to just eat onions like apples?
Just a Costanza style. It just bites into
No,
it like it's
he
an
would
apple.
go through onions like apples.
That's a little much for me, but I will eat raw onion. I just won't bite into it like an apple.
Well,
Listen, I love kimchi. I love pickles. I love pickled carrots.
pickles.
Pickled daikon. Pickled, what do we
that's good
just
too.
have at, whatchamacallit? Turnips. Pickled turnips are
turnips are
great.
good.
Literally, I'll basically pickle most vegetables pickled I'll eat. I don't actually know. I keep meaning to do it, but I'm lazy. But eventually I will pickle the watermelon
It's funny
rinds.
you are not lazy. You're insane. You're selectively lazy.
Selective memory is what they used to call it back in the 80s before they diagnosed us.
Oh, I'm so glad we're diagnosable, dude.
What about you? Do you eat a lot of pickled
I
stuff?
love pickles. Yeah, just straight up dill pickles.
Dill
I love
pickles
them.
are good.
They're so good.
Cornichons are good. The Persian pickles are very
I
good.
haven't had Persian pickles.
Persian pickles are great.
You guys have some good cucumbers, so I assume.
Oh, and then there's torshi, which is like it's just like a mixture of like carrot with cauliflower and like dill. It's all pickled. You just eat that. So like
Yum.
the Indians have something similar to this, where it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
every meal you'll just have like some
little
pickled
bowl of
stuff,
pickled
a little
stuff.
bit of yogurt. It's like these are all good stuff for like good things for your digestive tract that you're supposed to eat as part of like a balanced meal.
That's fart. You said fart.
Fart, it's good for farting. Farting's great. I don't know.
I don't
Fine.
know either.
You didn't say anything. I just gave you the fart line. You didn't do anything with it, so I had to make a fart noise.
He does all the work around here.
All the farting. Well, you sit around and
Ask.
die on the floor. What did you say?
Hold on. How about this one?
Hannah, what's
Didn't read it.
to Hannah? What's the deepest you've ever been underground? What's the deepest place you'd ever want to go? What's the deepest place where you never want to go?
I have an answer for every single one of them.
Great.
The
Let's hear
deepest
it.
place I've been is this place called Pushmawr, and it's in Wales. You want to try it? Push.
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 Nice.
Push.
Push maur.
Push maur.
Beautiful. That was great.
Push maur.
Wow, dude. Surprised.
Surprise, I'm Welsh.
Yeah, you're not.
Push maur.
Push maur is it just means big pit, and it was a coal mine. And was it a coal mine? It was a mine, but we went down there. It was deep, dude, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was the huge. You could walk down this big passageway. They had like blind ponies, not anymore, but they did in the old days. They would just raise horses down there to take the coal carts, and none of them would ever see the light of day.
That's insane.
It was really sad.
Why
They
have you
were
done that as a
blind.
tab?
I don't know.
I'm gonna do that. I call it. I'm not gonna tell you when.
Can you call the blind pony tab?
Yeah.
Push maur.
Push maur.
Bell melon.
How do you say friend in Elvish?
You know what? In Welsh,
Bello.
it's frindii.
Frindii.
But yeah, I've been in this huge mine called Big Pit. It was dope. I actually liked it a lot.
The mines of Moria.
A little bit without the dead dwarves.
Yeah.
There was dead things.
We will
though.
have such a feast. My cousins and I will grant us a great meal.
I'm not gonna stop him. Just keep going. Quote the whole movie.
And my axe.
Okay.
That's a fun voice to do.
It is one. It is one.
It is a fun one.
And then what was the other one? Oh, what's the deepest place you'd ever
Don't
want
want
to go?
Oh, you ever want to and not
I'd be
go.
okay going into one of those like. I'd be okay going into any constructed mine that has already been like used by humans. I would never go to the bottom of the ocean. Never. Never. You couldn't pay me enough money. I'm not going to the Mariana Trench ever. That's it. There you go.
Although I have conflicted feelings about this.
You want to die in a submarine?
Oh, yes. Number one. Let's get that out of the way. Yes. No.
I'll shoot you in one. We can just go to one that's like you can get inside of. I'll
Just
just shoot
gunplay. We'll just do like a whatever old western like.
you. Okay. Sorry.
No. I was saying I will never go to the. I won't go that far into the ocean. I just won't do it. But I wish I wasn't a huge wimp. Because it is genuinely fascinating to me that like we've gone further and seen more of space than we have like of the ocean, which is insane.
Wild.
It's so crazy. I mean, not literally, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah.
But it's crazy that there are things that exist on this planet that will.
We've never seen.
What was that Beetle Moses comic? Did I send that to you? I posted it. It was so good. It was like an anglerfish. You know, the ones that have like the light that hang from it. It's a 2-panel comic. And it's just like it on the shore.
That one's so good.
It's so good.
It made me want to cry.
I was oh my God.
Did you tear up?
I kind of did.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
That's
it's more
what Beetle
beautiful.
Moses can do. Make you laugh and cry.
It's 2 panels and it's just, it's basically come up to shore and it's like looking at the mountain and it's like, it's more beautiful than I ever imagined. And that thing just dies. And it's like, that's when you're like, let's comic class, talk about a medium with 2 images in sequence. That is a profound talent to be able to do something like that. That's one of the best comics I've ever seen in my life. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And the idea of doing it in reverse, because like normally it's us trying to go to the bottom of the ocean, but the idea of an anglerfish trying to reach the surface and then
trying to see what's up here.
and then seeing how beautiful it is.
And then dying.
Yeah, that's like because the other way it's like, oh, and then I got crushed to death. But
Yeah. I
don't know.
imploded in my suit.
Right.
Have you seen that picture of that old diver's suit? And that somebody just fully imploded, like they got sucked. It makes you suck all into the headpiece of it.
No, I didn't
You
see
get
that.
compressed, so and you just implode.
Just sucks you in.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't see that. I did have a book that I didn't have a book that I was working on because I don't talk about them before.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
There's no books. I was never drawing old timey diver suits for any comic that I was working on. That's not a thing I did.
No, he doesn't do anything.
I don't do shit
Okay, you want to go look through some of those? I don't know.
for myself.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you have other contenders? Okay. You want to ask me that?
Kaveh, is Nikola Jokic your favorite athlete of all time, or do you have other contenders?
He's currently my favorite.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a guy who necessarily responds as much to like, this person's the best, so I like them. It's more, as you can probably tell from the Jokic episode, is like, is this person like funny or like have a personality that is like interesting and they like flip something on its ear. I do, God, listen, this is the most basic straight man thing to tell you, but just like every other straight man, I watched The Last Dance like religiously over the course of COVID. Everybody watched it. We watched it over and over and over again. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, you don't know? Did Sean not watch it?
No.
Okay.
We watched F1.
Oh, I know some people who are super into that.
We got way into F1.
Yeah.
And those guys, a bunch of dweebs with their daddy's money driving fast cars, but I love it.
But that was such a fascinating thing to watch. It's basically about the three-peat that the Bulls did in the 90s.
Oh.
And it's like this sort of it's like authorized by Jordan. It's like a 10-part series on Netflix. Oh. And it's interesting. Oh, no, you're already yawning. I'm sorry. We reached that part of the podcast.
I don't care what you say to me.
Doesn't matter. I'm not saying anything important. It's interesting to watch that.
Holds it against me.
Because I know I was like, I don't necessarily like the guy who's like the best. And I'm like, Michael Jordan was really interesting to watch.
He was the best.
That's
the thing.
It was really cool to watch it as an adult because we were just taught like this line of like how Jordan was the best, which he was. And then you watch this doc and you're like, oh, Michael Jordan was fully insane.
It was actually
fully
like
insane, an insane person.
Like an anomaly.
Yeah.
How good he was. And also, he was insane, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's totally nuts. I will say, in terms of films, if you've never seen When We Were Kings, it is Muhammad Ali fighting George Foreman in Zaire in '74. It's a really, really excellent documentary. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about sports. The question was about sports.
I'm not laughing at that.
I'm sorry.
Stop imploding.
Sorry, I like sports.
Please, I like sports.
I feel
too.
weird. Anyway. That documentary is excellent, and it's a really good showcase of why Muhammad Ali was such a beloved person in like all of media, because he's so freaking funny. He's so funny. He's so sharp. He's so witty. And it doesn't even matter that he's a great boxer. No. He's just endlessly entertaining to watch, and he's totally like nuts and hilarious and like clearly like I don't know what he had. I think he had like he certainly had dyslexia, which was something that somebody pointed out. They were like, the way he processed information is that he was never diagnosed with dyslexia. So he had this like really interesting creative brain about like how he got around it.
Cool.
And then he like he'd come up with all these poems. I'm sure anybody who knows Ali like knows all this about him. But
I'm learning.
You're learning. It's such a good doc. You just realize like how much charisma that guy had and how entertaining he was and how much fun he was to watch. And then I won't talk about that fight, but you learn a lot about the context of like what was I'm doing the film thing again. What was in the context in the 1970s of what this was? And
you're too self-aware right now.
Stop. I'm not being goofy. I need to.
You're getting too. You felt yourself getting too serious.
I did.
The jester in you was like, stop.
Whipping you, come back,
shooting you in the feet. Dance.
Yes, dance. Hey. Anyway, I loved Ali. Ali's great. He was endlessly entertaining to watch. Oh man, so many. Anyway, whatever. I can talk about this a lot, but I'm not going to.
Okay. All right.
Sports makes me like I said, I get scared of sports fans.
Yeah.
Like in the podcast or like internet space. I'm just like, I don't want to say the thing that like pisses people off.
I don't want to be basic, but I don't want to be not basic. I don't want to be. I just think some sports are fun to watch.
A lot of sports
Basketball.
I love basketball. Love watching basketball.
I'll never be bored watching basketball.
I also love baseball, although I don't watch it as much. But it's impossible to find baseball.
I like playing baseball.
I was never that good at baseball, but I liked it. I played soccer a lot as a kid. I loved a lot of soccer.
Same. I like soccer. I like women's soccer. I was always the catcher.
Were you really?
In softball, yeah.
Nice.
I could catch I still can. Yeah? I can still catch pretty good.
I can see you being a good catcher. You got that good center of gravity. Like someone tries to run into you.
You're right.
You're like, stand around.
Way to plant,
Ann.
Way to plant, Hannah.
I'm sure as soon as this ends, I'm going to be like, oh, here's 50 other athletes that I love that I can't think of right now. I don't remember any of them. Anyway, next question.
Okay.
I'm being weird.
You're not.
I'm making it weird.
You're getting way too in your head about this, dude.
I'm doing the Hannah Hillam.
Yeah, you are. It's insane. And I know exactly what you're going
Exactly.
through. What do you think is the coolest thing you ever drew or wrote or created? Ooh. What is the creative thing that you love that the other person made, wrote, or created?
That's a good one. I love your onion drawing.
You love my onion drawing?
Where is it? It's literally right here. It's on the back of my phone.
It's an onion that cut its own arm off and is now crying.
It's very funny.
Man, I don't love anything he's done.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, I genuinely, my favorite one of yours is the 4-panel,
Avocado Chronicles?
No.
Which one?
With your cousin, you guys are on the beach and there's a nuclear bomb in the background.
Oh, that one, right there.
That one. Legitimately my favorite thing you've ever drawn.
That's the mass extinctions.
Mass extinction. Yeah, and it shows the different mass extinctions. And the last one is humans on the beach, just chilling with a nuclear bomb going off in the background. It gets me every time. It's the same as that Beetle Moses one where it's like, oh, that's real.
And the Easter egg is that it's
you and
my
Sarah.
wife, Sarah, just relaxed on the beach, like holding a drink, just being like, it's the end of the world, whatever.
And you're just looking
neurotic,
at your,
and I'm like,
yeah, you're like, oh, and then your cousin?
Yeah, it's my cousin. He's throwing a frisbee at me because we're like having beach day.
And there's literally the end of the world. And if that doesn't sum up how we as humans react to the literal end of the world happening around us, I don't know what does.
I would say Cat People, but I still haven't read it. I tried to read it at the convention, and you were like, don't.
I don't want people I respect to read things in front of me.
So I was like, okay, and then I haven't had a chance to read. I'm really excited to read it.
It's not good. This one is yours, though, for you.
Oh, is that for me?
Yeah.
I finally get one that I can read.
Wait till I'm gone. Dead.
I was going to say in the bog.
The question was the favorite thing we did of ourselves. Like, what did we...
Oh, of our own. I was
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
I'm like, you've given me a bunch of pieces. I was looking for other ones.
You don't have to pretend. I'm just kidding.
I just don't remember.
I know. I was going to say, one of my favorite things I've ever drawn is Muscle Bird. It's the comic of the
Yes, I remember that
the
one.
bird with gigantic buff arms, and he's like sadly watching all the other birds fly away.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel that one deeply. I'll always go back to that as my favorite. Or the hot dog going to work, where he gets up and puts on his hat and goes to the 7-Eleven and just lays down on the tourney wheel thing.
Can you pull up some of your comics? I don't remember any of them.
What a dick. Hold on.
No, because right now I'm panicking trying to remember my own comics.
Yeah, I'll pull some up.
Can you pull up some of my comics?
I don't talk about
I don't
it.
remember them. Hannah Hillam.
No, don't go to my Instagram.
I'm trying to remember what you've done.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like that one.
The mushrooms?
Yeah, it's the House Hunters the episode of House Hunters where he hunted one of his own mushroom kin, killed it, and lived in it. Let's see. Go down. Go down. Oh man, I suck. Oh, this one I feel deeply. Where
The baseball.
the baseballs are playing catch with a
That's
human.
West Coast Craft Fair. That's my other favorite comic of yours.
Oh, this is another one. Oh man, they're all really sad. The ones I love.
The Yoke.
The yolk is operating
Oh, is that what's his
the
name?
egg, and then
The
it hits
guy who
it.
breaks. What's the guy's
I don't
break?
know, Humpty
the one
Dumpty?
Humpty Dumpty. Yes.
I never said he was an egg.
Oh, I just assumed he was because he cracked.
Yeah, it was a guy who.
I know
open.
that there's comics of yours that I remember, but I'm not remembering them right now.
Here, I have him right here. Okay.
Beefcake goes to the store.
Oh, all of them are existential.
That's good. I like this one too.
You like Crap Lab?
Crap Lab.
But it's just it's a cryptid.
There was one that I remember that I looked at recently. I started laughing really hard. Anyway, I'm insane.
Oh, this is one of my favorites, dude.
Which one?
No, I hate that one. I did that for somebody else. No.
No.
No. This one.
I bought some science jars.
So stupid.
good.
So stupid.
Excellent. The double cat. Get yourself together.
Hold on, I have one right here, and who cares about anybody, you know?
Rocket donut.
Oh yeah.
Never touch it. Go straight to hell, Randy. I'll see you there.
Don't read them out loud. That's so embarrassing.
What have I done?
You look for what you've done.
I don't remember what I've done.
There's one that I wanted you to look at.
I thought I told you to wait in the car. Difficult emotions. That's a good one.
Thanks.
Gaming, cross.
Get out. I don't want to look
Okay,
at
I'm
this.
not looking at your things
Hang
anymore.
on.
I
I'll
don't
find
care.
one. You find one of yours.
I can't. You have my phone.
I want to find Richard the hot dog.
I liked some drawings I've done. Here, let me pull up my own website. This is part of why I think I produced so much.
Yeah.
Is because I forget
Yeah,
everything
absolutely.
that I've done.
You know, I've drawn
and then I
almost
panic.
identical comics, thinking they were new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Here's Richard, where he's a hot dog going to work, and then he sits on the subway, and then he goes.
Morning.
And then he just
That's
lays.
awesome.
He just lays down to die.
I love it.
And someone's like,
Morning,
"Is this
Bob."
capitalism?" And I'm like, "I think it might be."
Maybe.
Here, have this. Whoa, are these all yours?
These are from my website.
I've never been to your website.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I love the colors on that mod.
you love
I'm
that one.
obsessed with the colors on that.
Those
are pretty.
These are all old ones.
They're very old. Whoa.
I don't know. Whatever. I did some
That's
stuff.
awesome.
It's fine. I still really like this crow and
Me
octopus
too.
one.
It's in my cousin's room. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, my cousin Thomas.
Here's the insane Stephen Ray Morris.
No one can see
as
these.
a dinosaur that I
Yeah,
did.
Stephen riding a dinosaur of himself.
I do weirdly always like this Superman.
I like
in
his
any one.
stance.
He's sad.
I love
Favorite thing that you've ever written?
drawn or written.
Drawn or written? Listen, the I'm proud of every book that I finish because it's a miracle.
I can't believe it. After writing a book, I'm like, I think he's insane. I think he's actually missing something in his brain that makes him.
You know what's messed up? I have the things that I've written that I haven't published are the ones I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so good, but I have to draw them.
That's the yeah.
I've sketched them, but I have to like finish them, and then those are gonna be. So I can't talk about
the
them.
one that you're doing next. You've told me about.
I have two. Oh, I have to tell you about the other one I'm doing. I
That.
have to tell you about the other one. The other one's even better.
Okay. I'm gonna steal it.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna move into that.
If I ever finish this other
new
one,
building over there, and I'm gonna start my own graphic novel about the same thing you are.
I'll say this about writing: you do get better if you keep
Thank goodness.
doing it. You actually do, and then you're like, oh, if you keep at it anyway, and then you can be like, I can see how it's better. Not like an ego, like I'm great, but you're just like, oh, I can see the mechanics of this working much better. Same with drawing.
Oh,
you really can just look at something from 3 years ago and be like, oh, I'm infinitely better right now than I was because I didn't stop doing it.
And you have to be comfortable with that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, some people look back and they're like, that's bad. I don't want to do this anymore.
No, I think as long as you have
It just makes me mad.
That you were not better.
No, it's just like I'm gonna do even better.
Oh, right, yeah. Or I get hype because I can see the thing that I've gotten better at, and I'm like, I'm gonna push that even further.
So I want to pivot to rat drawings.
Rat drawings,
Okay.
RatCon.
Should we do a few more?
Pizza rat. Yeah, we're coming up in an hour.
I'm doing well.
I don't think I am.
Yeah, I think you're really falling apart.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do 2 more. Okay.
Okay. Truthfully, it's later than I'm used to doing anything like this, which is exactly what you asked me about earlier. And I was like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
You were like, are you sure you're going to want to record this late? And I'm like,
I knew we would.
I don't mind.
He's the one who's like, past 5 o'clock, I'm useless.
Yeah. Here I am.
It is 5:57.
6 o'clock.
You kind of do fall apart.
I fall apart.
I start waking up. All right.
I'm like 7 a.m. to like 3. I'm just
like a toddler. With no nap.
So sharp. Everything. And then after 3 or 4, it's
just,
like,
here's the thing.
Any employee that's listening, please don't. Please ignore.
You're losing it because you don't have control over yourself. Just let it. Just be crazy. They don't care. You're out of control, and that's okay.
Let it happen. Let it happen. Hopefully, this recording won't crash and delete itself.
If you are out of control, the world won't end.
Oh, I can hear Zola crying now.
Well, it's because you don't.
Shut up, Zola. Also, I was proud of this drawing.
That's a good one.
Pretty good one.
I looked at that over and over for like 2 days straight. I loved it. That's us.
Yeah.
The most common phobias are spiders, snakes, dogs, heights, flying. Oh, there's so many. This person listed so many.
Special guest appearance.
Oh, Zola.
Zola, talk. Oh, she doesn't want this. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm putting you down. I tried to make you a podcast star. Fine.
She doesn't want fame.
She hates podcasting so much.
She hates, I do too.
Listen, I tried.
I don't. Okay.
What was happening?
Bunch of common phobias, right?
Okay. You were just listing them? Is that a question?
Jay Darkwing listed them. Injection, social interactions, hard to escape places, etc. Do any of these scare you more than average? Or do you have any other strong fears?
Oh, I got a lot of fears. Okay, what were the average ones?
So the average ones were, I just closed the thing.
It doesn't matter.
It's spiders, snakes, dogs, heights, flying, thunder, lightning, injections, social interactions, hard to escape places, and germs, dirt, and contamination.
Do you want to go first or should I go?
I can go first. Right. I had a phobia of dogs until I was about 14.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable with dogs for a while.
I kind of still am sometimes.
It depends on the dog.
Yeah. If it's like a big dog and they're really like excited, I kind of get a little bit like, I don't know what to do with you.
I don't like things jumping on me when I first see them. And then people are like, oh, he's being friendly and it's fun. And I'm like, I just don't like it. It's weird. There's like claws on me.
It's telling me it's a monster.
And then I get nervous because I'm like, I'm not used to things jumping on me immediately. Yeah. So
also, I just don't like that it wants to be near me. I don't respect that.
No, I definitely I've probably had the same thing as you where I'm like trying to adjust to being, but I also admittedly, like, we didn't have dogs in our family. It's not culturally like a big thing that we have either.
That's what I've actually learned. One of my DoorDash drivers told me all about Middle Easterners and dogs. It's just not a thing. It's
not a thing for us. Yeah. So I will say that there's like a couple of dogs and like extended family members that I've become tight with, which is definitely like once you have at least like one dog that you're familiar with and you're like, okay, and this is just this dog, but in a different form. Yeah. And so it's fine. So it's helped me. Thank you, Maui. Shout out to Maui. Maui's he's half corgi, half pit bull. Oh, this is my cousin's dog.
That's a wild combination.
He's the best dog. And he loves me.
Yeah.
So it's great. And he will like murder anybody that looks at me weird. So I appreciate that. I'm like, I like the ride and die.
We're ride and die, dude.
Ride or die.
Have I
part
told
of
you
it.
my Welsh corgi fact?
No.
About what corgi means?
Corgi?
Cor is dwarf. Cor is dwarf, and ki is dog.
Corky, dwarf dog.
Corgi just means dwarf dog.
And my dwarf dog.
He pulls it out of his sheath, or he unsheaths the dog.
He takes it out.
Are you afraid of heights?
Oh yeah, big time.
Really?
Oh yeah, very much so. And I've tried over and over. I've tried so much exposure therapy to this, and I just do not. It doesn't happen.
Just don't do it. You know.
I've gone.
What's the point of going up high? That's what I want to know.
It's beautiful, you know. If you could see it, like some fun stories. We went to, I forget what the building is in Chicago that you can go. It's not like the normal. It's not like the Sears Tower or whatever. But there's some other building that you can go up to, and it's like the whatever 170th floor or something.
Willis Tower.
Something, I don't know. Bruce Willis Tower.
Is there?
You can go up to that, and there's like a bar on the top of that building.
Oh, cool.
And we went, and Sarah and I went to have a drink. And Sarah, of course, is like putting her face against the glass, looking at it all, being like, "This is so cool. We're so up high." I'm having a straight panic attack, grabbing the wall on the inside of the building, on the wall of the most center part of the building, being like, "I'm going to die of a heart attack." It's incredible.
Because when I went in the London Eye, you know that thing that goes,
yeah,
as somebody called it, their big Ferris wheel, or no, our big wheel. Somebody on the tube was like, "You don't like our big wheel?" Like, No, I don't. I went up and immediately got up there, and my body just sat myself down.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was doing it. I was like, on the ground. Like, I cannot be up here. But like,
can't deal with it.
Once I can overcome it, I can kind of get my head around it. Then okay. So it's not like debilitating, but
that's good.
But
what are the
tight spaces.
Tight spaces. I can get claustrophobic. I'm not always claustrophobic, but when I do, I chose Dos Equis. I don't like. We talked about. There was a listener email about an underground cave or the mine, and I was like, nope. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, I'm okay with like if I can stand up straight and walk around, I can do that. But if something is like squeezing me or weighted blankets make me feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack.
No, we went to.
If I wanted something heavy to lay on me, I'd kill someone and get under them.
There's a stalactites that are like the spikes from the ceiling. Yeah. There was like one of those caves that was on the way from Austin to San Antonio, I think. I forget which one it was.
So many caves.
My dad and I went there, and then it was like this long line to go in to see it, and there was people all the way behind us and all the way in front of us, and it was like a 1-lane thing. I straight up I was like, I had a panic attack.
I would never do that.
I couldn't do, but I didn't realize until we were in it that I was like, I can't.
There's no way out.
There's no way out. You have to go forward, and the lines were going really slow, and it just sort of was like,
that's awful.
And my dad had to like talk me. This is not that long ago. This is like 10 years ago or something. So I don't like those things. I hate it. So please don't trap me in a cave or put me on top of a really tall building. I'll be really upset.
Ruined my plans for your next birthday.
Ruined.
The vril is off. Also, spiders. Are you good with spiders? I'm fine with spiders.
I don't like them necessarily. I don't want spiders crawling on me, but I conceptually respect spiders.
I respect their place in the universe.
Yes.
But don't touch
me. I appreciate them. I don't want to, yeah. I like most things. Like, I like most animals and insects. None of them in my house. Yeah. I just don't want any of them in my house.
I don't want them touching me. If they're in my house, whatever. They're minding their business, go for it.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things me and my husband argue about a lot. He's like, there's ants in here. I'm like, they're going to leave after they get what they want. And he's like, I don't want them in here.
Just let them pass through. Sorry, Alyssa, we're talking about ants.
He always makes fun of me. He's like, we should live in harmony with them. I'm Hannah. Let's live in harmony with the ants.
I like ants.
I don't like them. They're just doing their thing like I am.
I love ants.
I do like
ants. Ants are the best.
This is also flying. I think
I used to have a fear of flying. I didn't have a fear of flying, and then I developed a fear of flying in my late 20s, and then I recently, a few years ago, stopped having the panic attacks like I had used to. I got past it.
I just prepare to die every time I fly.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. You really have to. I think your concept of mortality.
My concept of what? What about it?
Just being like, when you're young, you're like, I'm never going to die.
Yeah.
And then you reach a point where you're like, everyone who's ever died in a plane accident didn't think that they were going to die, probably. Yeah. And then you're like, and then that freaks you out.
And now you're
Sorry,
like,
everyone.
I guess I'm going to die at some point.
And then you're like, I guess I've never been in a plane accident. I don't know anyone that's been in a plane accident. I don't know anyone that knows somebody that's been in a plane accident. Yeah. So I was like, okay, statistically, that kind of made me feel better. I don't know why, but it did for some reason.
Yeah, but I'm always like, but I'm the 1%. The 0.1%.
I'm special.
I'm going to be the
I
one.
matter more than others.
You know what helped me feel better about it is picking the dumbest shirt to wear for the EMTs to find me in.
Excellent.
My last one was girls' night and had a bunch of raccoons chasing each other.
I love it. I'm going to think about that.
If I were an EMT, I'd be like, yes.
Dumb
like,
idiot
or like
dad.
going to clean up the dead from an airplane. I'd be like, oh, this girl's nuts. I have the last say here. Or the one I wore out here for San Diego was the just resting my eyes and it's a guy in a coffin. I thought that'd be funny if I died in that shirt. Okay.
You get $1 million, but you have to date the ghost of Mussolini for 2 years. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. I don't care.
I'll date whatever you want.
Yeah, $1 million. It'll buy me
What are you
a cup
looking
of
for?
coffee. I don't know. No, not that.
Are you processing
Oh, actually, real quick, that question.
Oh, okay.
But that was not the one I was looking for,
Okay.
but we should also answer that one.
All right. Oh, what's your favorite episode that we've covered from Camille Bailey?
What's yours?
Do you have one?
I have a few. Okay, let's do favorite episode in terms of like, do you have one that's your favorite in terms of like how you did it
Oh,
versus how it turned out? Because my first answer is like, I'm very proud of the Johnstown episode.
yeah.
It's very, very hard.
Ruined him.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I have gone back since and listened to that, and I was like, those are two good episodes. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like the most funny, but I feel like that I'm really proud of how the arc of that story went and how it paid off from the first one to the second one and how insane and stupid the
It was
second one
satisfying.
got. I felt like that was good. I'm very proud of that one. I think in terms of us doing a recording, Tanuki one was really
Yeah.
fun to do.
That one was really fun to do. That was fun.
That was like a good gift to just be like, I'm just going to show Hannah so much of the most insane shit and just laugh for like 45 minutes
I
straight.
laughed so hard. We cut out so much laughter.
That was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
unlistenable before we cut out the laughter. That was a good one.
That was a lot of fun to
I
do that
really
one.
liked the one. I liked the one about Jonathan the Tortoise and
was a lot
an
of
Air
fun.
Force one. I think
Yeah.
is one of my favorites. I like if I had to tell someone to listen to the podcast, it'd be that one. Or I liked Roar and Nintendo Hotline.
Roar was a lot of good one. I like the Olympics.
Yeah, the marathon
Marathon
moon,
runner.
and then
Yeah, those
Bat
were fun, too.
People.
Bat
That was
People
a
was
good one.
fun.
Yeah, I like that
That
one.
was a crazy one to do. But that one wasn't as insane as like it didn't have the payoff the way that that Johnstown did. We're just talking about all these people that died as if like it was a really cool story.
I loved watching them get caught
Yeah.
up in the ball
the
of
Katamari
debris.
ball.
Okay, so you want to end it on this one?
Yeah.
You ask.
Is there anything that one of you does that really irritates / annoys the other, especially after a long con day? You're not gonna like my answer.
Yeah.
I'll go first, and you're gonna be disarmed by it. I actually don't think there is anything.
No.
That's the honest answer. Is that it's like that. That's also why we do this,
Yeah.
and I think that's also why we've been able together for so long.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I've never met someone that I haven't ever gotten annoyed with.
I've gotten annoyed with you, just not at the
Yeah, but it's
conventions.
not- We were talking about this yesterday. We were like, why don't we bother each other?
We do.
We do,
We just
but
turn
it's
it
not
into a joke.
But it's never like I need to talk to him about this.
Yeah, there's never been like
never-
a storm off, and that's like a
Yeah.
lot of hours that you spend.
Too many
and like the
hours.
worst, most
60
unhinged.
straight hours, and then we go hang out afterwards.
That's so gross. Why are
What
we
is wrong?
friends?
Why- I would say like the little things that bother me, like in the moment, are like
My hilarious jokes.
it's when
that I go over and
it's
over
the
and over.
it's the beating of the dead horse jokes. It's
I
like
definitely do
he'll say
that.
the same thing for 4 days straight, and I while I like it, I'm also like stop, maybe
the
stop
middle of you
for
talking.
a minute. But that's literally if someone had a gun to my head and said say something you don't like about him. I'm like I like all of it, but
Yeah,
this
I don't
one
have
thing kind of annoys me.
Yeah.
But I'm over it.
No, I think I think that's one of the rare
It's weird.
things that we have. We're like, it's kind of actually all fine.
Yeah, we kind of feed into
We feed off each other.
There's something that we do, whatever this is, fills a bucket that we I think need.
That we don't need.
What did Sarah say? She's like, you're less annoying now that you know each
yes.
other. You're less annoying now that you talk to each other.
It's true.
Yeah.
You just need. What did I say the other day? I was like, I need a smart person to be dumb with.
Yes, and you said I fulfill that for you.
Yeah.
I'm a smart person that I can be an idiot
I was
with.
like, I don't like being dumb with dumb people.
No, it's not
fun. Being dumb with an idiot is like demoralizing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're like, I'm mean. This
And
is
I'm
mean.
like, this is mean. Or I'm like, you don't understand why being dumb is fun.
Yeah.
Because you're dumb.
You're dumb.
And you're cruel.
I just need to be like, just be so stupid with somebody.
But you get it.
You get it. Yeah.
It's, what did you call it? Deep space.
What?
When you were saying safe space and you mixed it up earlier.
Space plates.
Space plates. We created space plates for ourselves.
Space plates.
Yes.
Space face.
Space
What?
face.
Space space? Steve Space.
Space face. MySpace.
MySpace.com. But yeah, no, we were funny. We ended on that question. We were just talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. So anyway, thanks
Ask us again in 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's good. I think that's
we're good.
plenty. It's plenty of questions that no one's going to ask about.
You know all of our fears.
Now you know.
Please don't kill us.
Saw me sufficiently melt down in the middle of it and get in my head. I actually don't get in my head that much when we record. Funny enough, I think I'm just tired.
You do after we shut the podcast ends and you're like, should we both just power down?
It always happens.
Yeah.
It always happens. Oh, unexpected. Someone asked about unexpected things from a podcast.
Draining.
You have no idea how exhausting it is when you talk for an hour and 45 minutes. And at the end of it, your brain just goes.
And again, safe space. We're both just like, I don't expect you to do anything besides.
Not like I'm tired. I need to.
No,
It's like it depletes you for a minute. It's really weird. It's strange if you don't know it.
Vegetative state.
Yeah. So if you do this, if you do end up doing a show or a podcast or whatever, and you're like, oh, is this weird? It's normal. It's normal. You will. And then you understand actors more, although they don't have to be on camera for an hour and a half straight necessarily when they're making a movie or a TV show. But it's tiring.
Find the person that doesn't annoy you and start a podcast with them.
Don't start a podcast. We don't need more.
No,
we don't even need this one.
Just listen to this and that's
Don't even listen to it.
Tell your friends. Tell your enemies.
Yes, listen to the podcast.
This guy's losing
Kill baby Hitler.
You're losing
Subscribe. Tell your friends.
Look, here's the difference between us. I lose it on camera all the time. And you keep it together.
We've done so many convention days in a row. I'm so tired. So tired. I need to work. I worked the whole week before we went to the convention too.
Like hard work. Like every day. We get there, work, do it. We do a panel. And we're both sitting at the table being like...
COVID before it. Don't forget. I haven't slept in like a month. Oh my God, I'm so exhausted, you guys.
Should we make a stuff film right now where I just kill you?
Please.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Please do.
That'd actually be kind of a cool place for me to shoot you in the head because it would go all over that Mobius. All over the Mobius print. Or
all
the Mobius.
All over my Cintiq.
Is that what you drawn?
I drew the Mobius. Yes, I am Mobius.
That's not what I said. Yeah, good.
Hi, I'm the Cintiq. I'm talking. This podcast is mid.
Don't listen to the Cintiq tablet.
Don't talk like that, Cintiq. So we've had a guest appearance from Zola, the cat, and Moebius, the Cintiq.
And?
Please end this. I'm not doing it.
Should I get my shoes? Should I show them my shoes? I'm going to show them my shoes.
Hi, Kaveh Taherian, co-host of the 500 Open Tabs podcast. Let me fill you in on what's happening while Hannah leaves the room. She has a pair of these Doc Martens that we recently found out are now discontinued, which she was for some reason holding off for as long as possible to buy another pair. Meanwhile, we stand on our feet and walk around at these conventions for 1 billion hours a day. And I have to get like these thick New Balances that are the most old man shoes of all time because I can't stand it. Yet somehow Hannah barely is wearing shoes and it's fine. And eventually we taunted her enough where this weekend we thought you should really buy a new pair of shoes. And she decided that she was going to. And we went to the Doc Marten store and they don't have them. So now she's
limited
left.
Edition shoes. These are disgusting. You're leaning away from them?
And just
Look at that.
You look like a cartoon. There's no soles left. There's no support.
Oh, look at that. You see my heel?
You can afford new shoes.
One more story. Oh, did you ever tell the story about Sarah saying...
No.
At Comic-Con... I'll end this, I promise. Okay. All right? Okay? At Comic-Con, his wife and I were walking, and she was like, did you make money today? How'd your day go? And I said, yeah, I made blank this much money. And she was like, oh, that's awesome. You should buy new shoes with it. In the nicest voice. I was like, oh, I will.
That's what she does.
Do that to your hair again. Hang on.
Thanks for listening. wait, ready?
Thank you guys all.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for being a friend of the podcast. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, it hurts in my throat.
Oh, you know what doesn't bother you?
Huh?
It's when I do the Southern Golf.
Oh, Southern Gollum is the annoying thing. He does.
Well, what's Taters, precious? Give it to us raw.
It never gets old. Never. Do the wriggling one.
Burns us.
No one's made it this far. No one is still listening. Nobody. If you are,
Master looks after us now.
that was this convention where you were doing that, and the people on the other side of us were
So mad.
full on glaring.
Hated.
I hated him. I think you the most.
Yeah.
But I would
normal.
look at him and he'd be like, "Sir, we're having fun."
You've experienced now on some small level what it's like to be with us at a convention.
It's delightful.
And in between, we're telling you, "Hi, how are you? Are you interested in this book?"
And then if someone's not interested in his book, he's like, "Oh yeah, just go buy the cat portrait from the white woman. I get it." It's racist.
POC erasure.
POC erasure. You walked right by my booth and bought the cat portrait from the white lady.
Fine.
Anyway, we have to end this.
Do we? Is it just getting interesting now?
I think we should not end it. Are you comfortable still doing this?
I don't know what else to talk about.
I don't. We've devolved. This is booth Hannah on comedy. Oh, you look like a dinosaur.
I'm just turning into a Godzilla. I don't know. We should end it.
End it.
End
Okay,
it. End it. It's bye. Bye.
It was good.
Done.
Good
I
to
don't
talk
care.
to you. Leave. Go run. 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 End it.